Good afternoon, guys, or good evening if you are where I am in the UK. I'm really sorry we caught this game late. The players didn't wait for us, so that's a bit of a bummer. They're a bit eager to start before the hour. So, I'm Jessica, and today I'm joined by... Do you want to say your name, or should I?
You can do it. You've pronounced it pretty well so far, and the game's commentated.
So today I'm joined by Andy Saunders. So we've got quite an international flavour here. There's Anlaug from Norway. There's Christopher Nolan, who we'll call Christy, from one of the... I don't want to get this wrong, the Irish hate it. Republic of Ireland. And I'm from England. So we got that down. So
yes, Anlaug won my group in the preliminaries, and I'm only slightly annoyed by that because, of course, she beat me in one of our games by 3, and I think it may still hold for high loss.
So we'll probably start the actual Scrabble commentating now. We're a tiny bit behind. So, while we just chill for like a tiny bit, and I'll stare at carrot cake.
What, you have cake again?
Yeah.
Oh well.
You must hate me.
I do. But, I guess, I don't know. I am currently watching the game. I don't know where you are at, but...
Still in Birmingham. So, if we go on to this move, instead of talking of cake, a 4-letter word plus down column 12 ending in A or O would be quite favourable, because that's literally the only place to score. And,
which, of course... Nolan has done that with Octa.
Yep. And he leaves a very good rack of TIE.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, Octa can be spelled OK or OCTA. Ditto with the, of course, Atok, ATOC,
Mm-hmm.
That's how I remember those words sometimes.
If it works for you, it works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sort of expecting finding them to play something parallel to Octa, because it's really easy. D-Air was a possibility, D-E-A-I-R, which would have scored a complete bomb. £35 points, as I just add it up really, really slowly. As compared to 18, so I'm not going to say she missed that, because I only learnt de-airing was a word like a week ago, so we're not going to judge her for that. She got rid of the right duplicate letters, which is what is important. So what would you do here?
Oh boy, I am still trying to figure out if Nolan has a playable bonus on his rack. Obviously, if there's also the opportunity to back hook an L onto Jai.
So something like Glint would be pretty nice down there. It scores 32, and trying to find a word that makes lots of other parallel plays is really hard to do. Okay, there was a bonus.
There was a bonus, yes.
Latening. You could do the anagramming. I'll just sit here and stare at cake. Woo! I expect fighting them to find the bonus here through the N. Obviously, when you've got G's on your rack and an I to go with it, you're always looking to see like that floating N immediately, because those are the best things to do. So rearming for 78. Pretty good.
And of course, the late rearming aside, of course, lightning took away Anlaug's marriage.
That's really bad. That's like broken up some possible future thing. That's probably not very good either. But the thing is, it didn't really take away marriage because rearming's a better bonus, and so.
Oh wow! Down column 14, if Anlaug wants to be open up some volatility, she had her rack plays as a natural down column 14.
Are you expecting me to see this?
I don't know. Your rating is higher than mine, but
that doesn't mean I know my 7-letter words. Oh, that's a bad miss. But Christy's got wax, the wonderful Euless Q word of wax.
Also, with the S on the end down, the triple row will score a bunch of points.
64 points. That bonus miss is gonna be sort of at this stage in the game. It's not really too terrible, but obviously if rearming did go down, you still have wax at J14 for let's see, 12, 13, 23, 27, 28, 56, 57, 69. So that's 5 points more if the bonus wasn't played. So
honestly, I'm surprised this. Oh, there we go. Now it's gone down. I was about to say
it hasn't gone down. It's been typoed.
Oh dear. Let's see if Anlaug notices the typo and chooses to
capitalize.
Challenge. Yeah. Of course, if she does choose to challenge, I think
she misses it.
She does not.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
This is where you learn that when you play a game over the board, over the board actually on a real board in front of you, not on an interface like ISC, you do realise when you transpose letters, and you do pay more attention to what is played by your opponent, because obviously their hands move towards that place on the board and you see them place their tiles, whereas on ISC it just pops up on the screen and then you're like, yeah, whatever. So, to be honest, it doesn't really make much difference because you can't really play any parallels to it. It's just that if she'd have noticed it, she should have capitalised.
Yes, obviously she could have taken out the line. Now, I'm just curious as well. Does lightning take an S?
No.
It does not. Okay.
I wouldn't have tried that in a game had wax been available for so many points.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just not worth going for a possible extra point if you've got a certain amount guaranteed. There are some people that will turn down bonuses that score 5 points more if they're more sure of the other one, because you'd rather play something that you totally 100% know than something you've got that tiny bit of doubt over. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, it's possible here that Friedemann will want to get rid of her P and her W because they're really clunky, and the N at the same time. So I think a word like pony is going to be a pretty good choice here. For a change, pony is probably the best move. That's going to please someone, isn't it?
I think if Chris Lipe ends up watching this, he'll be happy to see Pony hit the board. Of course, Pony does not hit the board.
That's such a disappointment. She's probably upset him by missing it. So Christy will probably try and get rid of the V and the Y here. If he is trying to bonus, Y is really, really awkward to bonus with because they usually go at the end of words. So that just makes them even more complicated because they can only really go in one position. They generally go in that position. It doesn't mean they'll always end up there. It's just that, you know, I don't know many words that begin with Y's and such that are 7 letters in length. Do you want to say some more, or are you just fine listening to me?
I'm fine listening at this point. I would have chimed in if I had anything I wanted to say.
Just say something. It makes the commentary more fun.
Of course, yes. What would...
He could choose to take out the triple here at 015, but he could only get rid of one of the Y and the V down there. And the chances are it would be the Y, because you could play way, W-E-Y.
Yeah, of course, if there was a floating D on the board, there would be advisory, but...
Like NASPA advisory board.
Yes.
Yeah, that was probably bad. Of course, if he wanted to get rid of both the Y and the V, he could play something like Viney at M6, or if it goes anywhere that I'm not seeing, Ivy.
Well, I don't know. Ivory actually doesn't sound like a terrible idea.
I didn't actually say Ivory, but now that you said it, it can be quite good.
Yeah.
It must be my accent, okay?
Okay, Yar went down there.
Very piratey. Yar.
Top of the Pirate Day is September 19th.
See, that's the ridiculous information we need. It's such a shame XI doesn't take an N.
Yeah, that would be, if it were QI, Anlaug would be in a good spot here.
Yeah, she'd have adoption, in case you haven't realised already. So, adoption is probably what would be best combined with marriage. Neither of which are played. Which is possibly good. Or possibly bad.
Okay. Well, Nolan has picked up the blank here. Let's see. First up, I see varicose into the E in row J. I'm sure there's other bingo options.
Varicose, the anagram of covaries, or covaries, depending on how you say it. Varicose is like something veins get when they get like filled with blood and stuff. It's quite gory, sort of. I don't know why I know that. I've never had varicose veins.
I should hope not at your age.
Go me.
Let's see. What else would?
I keep looking at the N. The N sort of goes well with the rack. So I'm trying to think of something. Something quick.
Actually, there's wow. Okay, the favicons.
Favicons! Oh my god, I know what those are. When you go on your web browser, inside the little tab at the top of your browser, there's normally a little image for that web page. That's a favicon or a favicon.
Of course, Nolan has played Corvinas and picked up the 5 points. It is now 307 to 182.
So he's got quite a lead.
Fortunately for Anlaug, this is a best of 3 series.
Yeah, this is the first half, the second game is the second half, and then the third game is extra time.
If they happen to require it.
Yes. So it fits wonderfully with the football theme.
Yes, fortunately there isn't an away goals rule.
Yeah.
I guess that would be most points scoring second.
I think it would be spread. Maybe. We don't need away goals in this game. Unless there's a draw. It would be really surprising if there was a draw. Though I did manage one in the group stages of mine. I think I'm hungry again. I'm seeing a donut.
You're seeing donut. Of course, yes, donut. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, where does that go down? I don't think it's. I mean.
I don't care that it doesn't play. It's a donut. It's food. So, Friday plays Toadie for 21. I've learnt recently that when you've got U's on your rack, you have to sort of play them quicker if you want a bonus, and she actually does want to try for a bonus. So maybe playing the U earlier than she is a slightly better idea. And Christy's gone for points with for 32. That's something I said. That's
meh.
Yeah, meh. That's a common one that I say. Mind you, I say everything that sounds like that. So Friday we're stuck with a V and a U. So that shows you how quickly you need to get rid of those U's then. So if the E was slightly more open, she could play a lot of tiles with vintner, which I believe is like a winemaker or something. The vintner. You don't sound very impressed. You're probably just thinking so hard, you're like, I'm not used to talking out loud.
I am trying to figure out again, yes, but I don't think vintner goes down anywhere, sadly.
No. It's just throwing out ideas, like also it's just good to share words as well. So, one really weird tactical choice here could be just to play the U at D7, because there are 7 E's left in the bag. So if you are going to pick up a tile, the most likely one to pick up is an E. I mean, that would be ridiculous. You're always advised never to play a tile just because you're going for a specific tile, because you're still probably not going to pick up an E, but probability-wise says you are. And
well, I mean, even the blank, I mean, she's got a 25% shot at it. I actually kind of like the idea of just dropping the U at D7 now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. So it's an 8 out of 27 chance. Yeah, that's greater than a quarter, that is. So considering how your percentages work at the end of the game as well, sometimes you're going for like a 1 in 8 at the end, and it can pull off. This could be totally worth it, and especially since because she's behind as well with so few left in the bag, the more tiles she plays, obviously the less tiles there is left for her to come back if she doesn't bonus. And because she is 136 behind, she might need 2 bonuses. So the sooner she can get the first one, the better. And UN also has the advantage of making another opening.
And of course, it might send Nolan into a blocking spree, which might also end up working against him as well, especially if he can't block all of the lines.
Yeah, because what I've learned over the years is that a lot of players know how to open, but knowing how to close efficiently, they struggle with. So obviously he can close the board, but he can still provide some sort of opening for her that he's not completely aware of. Okay, so Ferdinand plays Brill for 8. She takes out a couple of other floaters as well. I'm not particularly sure that was the best move in the world, but if it's her choice, it's her choice. I mean, it could be the best move for her. I'm not going to argue with that. But Christine comes back quickly with Z for 32. Stupid American Zs. That's what I call them.
Oh yes, I was the last time I was in the United States of America, and I had to catch myself from saying Z all of the time. And
yeah, do you know how many times I say soccer just for Americans, and then they're like, "Oh wait, you're calling it soccer?" It's like, yeah. Do you have a problem with that? So now Christie's found himself with 6 valves. The bag is sort of, it's lost a couple of its valves now, but to be honest, I think at this point he just needs to maintain his 146 point lead. So he just needs to make sure, really. He changes 4.
I'm not entirely sure I'm in agreement with the
No,
idea
I would have played
exchanging.
Yeah, I would have played something like Etui at A12, ETUI, which is lovely, lovely fit.
Just run Anlaug out of ammo. That's really what you have to do at this point.
Though she's got plunders now, in column 6. So she's going to get a bonus back, and there's still a blank Huntsy, and she could still win this at this point. So, unfortunately, I can tell you now that Christy doesn't have the blank because of the glitch of ISC changing. So the blank is definitely still in the bag. Just, you guys can all forget that glitch. I'll just remember it because it's useful. Obviously, it's cheating. We don't want that, but it's not your fault if the system goes mental.
Now the question is, will Frydenlund find plunders?
Plunder is like common English, I think, but then she is Norwegian, so
it's
like,
yeah, it's very difficult because I feel as though Frydenlund in her games so far has left a wide a wide trail of missed bonuses, and
it's not always about bonusing all the time though. It's just that bonuses really help. Bonuses really help to win.
Yeah.
You know, and you are allowed to miss bonuses in this game and still completely obliterate your opponent. It happens.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the R of Vril is literally the only useful floater on this board. There's the C of Corvinus, the V of Vril, the N of Mount, and the O, if you're lucky, of Corvinus. You know, there isn't much to look at, and there aren't many scoring possibilities at this board either. So I was immediately drawn to the R and plunders. So she's missed that as well. So I think what is that? Her second bonus miss of the game after rearming.
Counting.
You haven't been. I haven't been counting either. It would probably send me to sleep. 1 missed bonus, 2 missed bonus. No, that's how you get to sleep. That's how Scrabblers get to sleep. They count the number of missed bonuses they have that day. That was probably the worst attempt at a joke ever.
I liked it.
Didn't even hear you laugh.
I chuckled to myself, but I liked it.
Yeah. Okay.
If there were a camera on me, you'd see a smile on my face.
Well, there isn't. So that's a bit unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
So, at this point, I think the only way that Christy can lose is if Frydenlund double bonuses him. So basically she gets 2 consecutive bonuses. So the idea for him here is to play 3 or more tiles, which then leaves 6 or fewer in the bag. And that means that she can only get 1 bonus, and there's literally no way she could win after that. Whether or not he realises that or not, I don't know, but he's played 3 tiles. He's not really blocked anything, and that's a bit of a problem, because he should always just try and block anyway. At this point, it's not actually really about spread. You've just got to make sure you win 2 out of 3. Because the chances of drawing are just so negligible that it's just... You know, it's almost not worth it, really, to worry too much about spread. So, I'm not entirely sure there is a bonus here. I can imagine that she'll go fishing anyway. To be honest, I'm not sure what she wants to hit. There's 2 B's and an H in the bag, and the blank seems to be still in the bag. So Christy wants to play 3 tiles at this point. He doesn't want to get caught with stuff. You know, the bad stuff. So he might want to take out column 3, hooking onto Ludo. Or he'll want to take out the R of Vril. If he could find maybe a 6-letter word going on to the N of Mount, he'd be able to block both the R and, so column 6 and column 3. But whatever floater he leaves at D3 would then be able to be used by Ferdinand. Okay, so he doesn't block, but he does leave 1 in the bag, so I'm expecting Ferdinand to bonus at this point with something. There we go, aunties. So yeah, that happened. I actually learned all 3 bonuses on this rack once upon a time. I say once upon a time, I have been playing 11 years. So, the boilers, reboils and liberos. I don't think any of them go down. So, that's a bit of a bummer. But he does still win anyway.
Yep, I think he doesn't have any, obviously nothing to worry about there. Just
play out.
Yep.
He could do something like boiler at A4, you know, just playing tiles, or something like sob at H2. Because obviously, if he's really feeling strategic, he's going to block Friding's best place as well, which is at J2. But she's also got B7 to play her B out as well.
And boilers to what goes down, and that ends the first half.
Well done, you're learning your football. So Christy wins 4-2-5 to 3-3-2. So that gives him a 1-0 lead going into the second half. So if you were giving a half-time team talk to Ferdinand, what would you tell her?
I would say probably pay attention to what your opponent's putting onto the board. Make sure that it's spelled properly.
Because that's always important in Scrabble.
And I would also say look twice
before playing a move. Yeah.
Yes.
Because one of the things that my dad taught me when I was really young, so like 10 years ago, he used to say, Jess, if you find a good move, look for a better one. So it's like never be, even with a bonus, you see a bonus, don't just immediately think, I'm going to play that bonus there. Stop, think, look around the board again, make sure you're not like missing anything like intricate or something, and then just give it a go. So they started the second game now, the second half. Christie's start. And he's got 2 A's, 2 E's, N, T, and V. So
that's a nice looking
yeah,
if only rack, but not so great for to open a Scrabble game with.
No. If you're wondering, if only is a variant of Scrabble that was probably invented by the late Michael Rourke some time ago. I'm not sure how long. He used to play in England, and it's a fun game where you could turn over a tile and pretend it's a blank if the move scores 50 or more points. I'm really good at it because that's because I draw like all if only racks like all throughout the game. I can't help it.
So Nolan decided he's going to open short here.
With Ave, short for Avenue, probably.
As opposed to
V-Nate.
I don't know. Yeah, I liked Vena actually, Vena.
Yeah, but the advantage is he did keep NEAT, and they're four of the letters of retains, so it's pretty good.
One thing I've also noticed right away, Nolan is a Verti.
Just like me! Woo!
You're one of those people.
Yes.
And I'm on commentary with you.
Oh, is that bad?
Actually, to be honest, I don't care. I just pretend to care because it's funny to make fun of people for opening vertically. I've always opened horizontally, but...
My mum also opens vertically as well. It sort of runs in the family, I think.
How does your dad open?
I'm not quite sure. He doesn't really play as much as me and my mum do, but he probably... I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
I don't see any over bonuses off the top of my head here with Frydenlund's rack.
I don't see any from the bottom of my head either. Okay, that was bad as well.
Again, if there were a camera, you'd see me. You'd see a smirk on my face, but.
I'm expecting Friday to get rid of at least the O and the V here. The V because it's complicated, the O because it's a duplicate. She'll have to get rid of something else with it unless she wants to just play Avo at H8. Or she could play over from H6 instead. She's got the N front hook, but I don't really expect that to happen. I would probably go for something like Overt at K9 because it plays tiles, you know, and
open some floater.
Yeah. So she plays Rot for 14, and I happen to know that Rot does not take an S. So whether that would catch out Christy or Frydenlund for that matter, I don't know.
Frydenlund seems to know her fours very well.
Fours are very important. I know because I have a threes quiz on Ziziva, and I go through all the hooks to the threes. And I spent a while with my sister learning the threes and their hooks as well. Because if you don't know the threes and their hooks, like Rot takes a V in front, you'll not be able to play like a lot of bonuses. So, especially at lower level, I happen to know that the hooks for threes are very good. In case any of you don't know my Scrabble history, I started in the APSP with a rating of 80. Which was, at that time, the lowest that it could be for a provisional player. And now I'm like 181 or something. I gained like 100 points. So yay me! I've improved since I started as a 9-year-old. So, back to the game and avoiding my Scrabble history, which is probably boring now or something. Christy's probably going to take out the triple at this point. I mean, there's quite a lot of high scoring moves often, like book.
Well, book for 30.
It's a shame you can't have a time book. That would be pretty, like, you know, sounds like a Doctor Who thing. Time book. He plays ebook for 33. And that gets an extra 5 points from Frydenlund. He challenges it. I think ebook came in 2007 when we switched to Collins from Chambers.
I was still playing TWL at that point. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, I remember, trust me. It's awful,
Okay.
but I still remember. I don't even know why I remember. I was 11 when we changed over. So Friday bonuses with Reaping for 77 to take a 58-point lead. She's opened the triple at the other side as well. So I'm sort of expecting Christy to take that with something like timing. You know, even though he does keep the Y, I'm not sure it's possible to play the Y onto the G. Okay, he can. There we go. Screw me. He's got tying for 33. TYEING. So that would be a lot better than timing. You seeing anything? Okay, there's that. There we go. He outdid me. We should praise his achievements by silently clapping him.
Yes, that was quite impressive. I did not know that word at all, and of course get to see 5 points from Anlaug, which makes sense. I probably would have challenged that as well, especially in CSW.
So now fighting them. I was just about to suggest that. Yeah. Coxer for 58.
For 58 and
yeah, I mean it wasn't really worth keeping the X for the hotspot at N10. I can't actually remember completely the rest of her rack. I'm a bit like fuzzy. I'm not sure why, but yeah, sometimes it's about just keeping on scoring. Like, you shouldn't just deliberately keep letters in the hope that an opening will stay open. Unless, like, there's some, you know, unless only you could take that opening, like. Yeah, on to the next thing. Chrissy played maiding for 36. I guess that's like wifing and knighting and siring and all those sorts of old timey-wimey words from medieval periods. So Friday here is going to look at ways to maximise the Q that's on her rack. So by maximise I mean like find the best score for it. So something like Qwop for 30. It keeps her rack sort of balanced. She'd probably want to play like an extra tile, but I'm not seeing many places to play it for points. I do see a really neat TWL3 only word, and I accidentally learnt this word because I was playing TWL on Facebook. So I'm not going to mention that I know what it is, or show you what it is, or tell you what it is, because that would be a bad idea. Do you see anything?
I'm still looking through, just, I mean, there doesn't seem to be any good along column 14. Ooh. Quad. QUOD down column 7 for Frydenland.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, LEDS is probably not as bad as it looks. ELS is definitely a better lead, but I really don't know. I'm not one of those people that sits there learning like the leave values and stuff, so I'm not sure which leave rate's better than another. But I might take the extra 8 points with Qwop. So this rack,
I I mean, an easy 28 down, you know, with the H or the F.
Yeah. So something like, I think you'd prefer to keep the H over the F, because the F is less flexible than the H.
Yep.
There's always this F hotspot here at N10, but of course all 4 S's are still unplayed and both blanks are still unplayed as well, and we're over halfway through the game. So that's really likely to just have a bonus comeback. So...
Went for HE and not, I guess, holding on to the F for the bottom, I guess. I don't know, but
yeah, it's not
I think I would have done the FE there, but...
Yeah, or even OF. OF would have been better keeping the E. Because you're not always guaranteed to pick up another E. And E is the most commonly used letter in the English alphabet behind S. So, it's a lot better to you know, keep those E's. Something we get a lot of here in Britain. Sunless.
Sunless.
I see my clue really helped you there.
Yeah, well, I'd seen that already, but yes, that definitely is a very British word. What else do we have that might go down, actually?
Well, anything down column 11 or column 14 makes it really easy to play something. You know, the 2 S's just make it easier. So, I'm wondering if there's a double-double of some sort. Whether you guys call that a 4-timer or a double-double, I don't know. Across the pond you have different terminology than we do.
Yes, we usually call it a double-double.
We do here as well.
Okay.
It must be the 9-timer triple-triple thing that we differ on.
Yes. But yes, it's a double-double, much like a coffee from the Canadian chain Tim Hortons with 2 cream and 2 sugar. And also, what else? The In-N-Out Burger has a double-double, I believe. More useless knowledge.
Unless you need a coffee.
Yes, if you need to order a coffee in Canada, you better know what a double-double is, otherwise you're going to get some weird looks from people.
Weirder looks than you already get, I guess.
You're trying to tell me I get weird looks already in this country?
Maybe. Maybe not. So, yeah. I've just seen that Fredden's rack is unless plus a blank. So, obviously, we've now learned that unless takes an S in front. So there's a pointless hook. If you ever see 2 S's wasted in a word such as unless, you can stick an S in front of it. Another word here, ensouls. E-N-S-O-U-L-S, ensouls.
I'm curious to see if anyone can come up with a board situation such that unless is actually the best play.
Probably an endgame. Endgame is probably the only scenario I could think of.
Unsleeps. How do you feel about that one?
I feel like I'll encounter that later. Unfortunately, it's not a word.
That's what I mean by how do you feel about it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not going to get any sleep later. That's what I mean. Like, I'm staying up until 1 tonight to commentate you, of all people. It's all your fault I'm staying up till 1 AM.
And of course, there's the challenge for unsleeps, and contains a word that is not in the Cellpods dictionary. Take back last move.
Yes. It almost surprises me that she didn't see the less ending, but the rack itself, I think, considering between Andy and me we only saw 2 bonuses, and that was Sunless and End Souls. I'm not sure whether you saw any more, you just didn't say anything. So
no, I didn't see much else either. I got onto Sunless and saw and the less and stuff like that. So
I wonder if in Canada compared to Americans you'd be gunless. You can be gunless without a gun. Go Canada! You haven't banned Kinder eggs.
Yes. There's also runless. Unless takes a front R. Runless.
And a G for gunless. We're learning all those pointless front hooks for unless.
Yes. Runless. I saw on my Twitter feed actually earlier today, because there were apparently in one of the cricket matches there were a bunch of runless batsmen, and so obviously somebody decided they were going to be funny and posted a bunch of pictures of rubber ducks.
Woo! Duckies!
Yes, lots of batsmen out for a duck. I can't remember where, but it was one of the county matches where a bowler just went absolutely nuts, and a whole bunch of batsmen were out for ducks.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not that into cricket. Probably the only sport that I don't really like. And apparently Americans really like it.
You'd be surprised. I would say you have some American friends who are big into cricket, but most of the country definitely is not.
Probably more baseball, basketball, and American football fans.
Yes, definitely.
So, Fridenung is here trying to find a bonus that she couldn't find last turn. The reason she might have played Unsleeps, it was probably the only logical thing she could find. Obviously, Andy and I have found more logical words, like, I couldn't imagine ever being sunless. It would be pretty chilly on this planet otherwise. I think like minus 15 degrees or something ridiculous if we didn't have the sun.
Oh, it would be much colder.
Oh no, that's like global warming. I mean global warming. That's sort of like not having the sun. Stupid exams. Why am I still remembering the content?
Because that means your professors have done their job if you're remembering content.
No, it means I've got photographic memory, which sucks. Okay, so Fridenung misses the bonuses again. So, back to Christy. He does have bonuses. He's got outings and outsing. I've never tried to outsing anyone. I think my throat would get sore if I tried to do that. And you wouldn't want to hear me sing because it hurts, and I don't have a very good voice.
Well, I mean, outsings goes down through the S of Anlaug, just tongue, but...
It's face value, but it's still completely worth it.
Oh, yes, completely. It's a bonus, and it works out quite well. And now I'm wondering if there's anything...
Ousting.
Outings.
Ousting as well. I missed one. Yeah. Ousting goes better at 11D.
Yes, it does.
You say that like it shocks you.
Well, I am... Housings for face value.
It draws a challenge.
And another 5.
And it's valid. So far, Fridenung's given away 15 points in penalty points. But she's got a much nicer rack now. Hopefully she'll find a bonus this time. I say that. Something is going to happen. I'm thinking she didn't think long enough on this rack. I think there's a few better options than Tensile. Firstly, because of Jets that immediately just plays, you know, it's Tensile's just too open in that regard.
Well, I mean, anything down I would say column 11 is the obviously the best spot.
An anagram of Tensile is Licente. Licente would have fitted down here in the 11.
And of course, the jeté comes down very quickly for 54.
You say jeté because it is French, probably. I do know the verb jeter means to throw.
It's actually a ballet term.
Okay.
It's a type of ballet jump.
Have you ever done one?
No, I have not. I'm familiar with it, but I have never done ballet.
You sure about that?
Yes, I have.
You have done it, or you are sure?
No, I'm very sure about it that I have not done ballet.
There we go. I'm freaking you out.
I am much too uncoordinated for ballet.
Good job. Scrabble doesn't require coordination then.
Oh, interesting. I'm not sure if this will happen, but there are still some possibilities, interestingly enough, with the unseen tile pool, extensions to ebook.
Like,
I'm seeing guidebook.
Using the blank.
Yes, using the blank, but I mean, in an endgame situation, that might not be the. There's
Worst,
also using the blank. There's also style book.
Fashion. Go.
Oh, sorry, no, that won't work. No, that won't work. There's no elves left. Sorry.
Well, there is, because one's on.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes, style book is a possibility. But
yeah, with this current rack though, Friday knows she has to score. She's not going to play more than 5 tiles because of the. Oh, sorry. She's ignore that statement. She's basically not going to leave. She's not going to leave more than 7 in the bag. I think she's not going to, you know. She's going to try and get rid of the tiles though because she does have a lot of confidence and she wants the chance to pick up the blank, and she's just played tab, and I'm not sure I quite agree with that either. She's keeping the Z, and the problem with that is she's not going to bonus. There were also 2 A's unseen from her point of view, and considering the risk, I think she's probably going for broke. She knows she needs to win this game or it's all over now. So, yeah. No floating T for writers. And that's not the kind of writing you do with your hand, it's a different kind of writers. Probably like people that write themselves.
Yes. One of those lovely agent words.
Agent nouns.
Yes, one of those agent nouns you've spoken of on your commentary before. See, I do listen to your commentary.
Woo! Somebody does. It's because I played too much with the Oxford Dictionary as well. That one sucks a bit. It's not got as many fun words in it, but it's got like iwi with 3 eyes, and that's quite exciting. Get excited! Found a word with 3 eyes that's 4 letters long. Well, Chris is definitely going to play at max a 5-letter word. I definitely consider here taking out one of the openings. I would say the one that I would probably take out is column 3, because 8-letter words are going to be harder to find than 7-letter words, like generally, and considering what's left. He'd be more worried about the bonuses down column 3, because it looks like Friday definitely opened that deliberately. So I would look there. He's played Wrath. Takes a W in front. Like, feel my Wrath.
Yes.
Doesn't really work because I'm 5'1". You can't really feel much Wrath when the person giving you Wrath is only 5 foot tall.
Well, that's why you have nicknames like Little Ball of Hate.
Yes. Or I will bite your kneecaps or something. Christy will see Greasier here. Considering what else he's seen already, he's going to see Greasier down column 2. Hopefully he's not put off by the fact that the E of ebook is there slightly hindering the R, but you should always consider floaters even if they are slightly blocked, because you never know whether you can actually play parallels with an 8 as well. It's more unlikely to get parallels with an 8, but you can still do it. I once got a 9 timer once making Dahl at the same time, D-A-H-L.
Yes, I also had a 9 timer a few months ago making a hook, and I will, if you give me 1 second, I will pull it up. Got the 5 points as well because my opponent was so impressed with the play, he decided he was going to give me more points.
You mean you can't remember your 9 timer?
I play enough 9 timers that I end up trying to let's see, let's pull up.
See, he can't remember his 9 timer. It just wasn't.
Oh yes, impressive. Okay. Well, yes, because it was okay. Now I see the board. It was diatrons.
That's not as interesting as mine. Mine was plurions.
Yeah, it was diatrons, but I mean, it also front hooked the A to make amu, and I scored 591 that game.
That's more than I score in like 99% of my games.
Well, that's my second highest ever tournament game. Well, yes, my second highest ever tournament game, 591.
Well, my highest is about 620 something.
I had a 650 something in club once.
Oh, I've never scored that high. You beat me. My dad got a 700 score in the Worlds when he in November last year. He was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, most people would be happy if they break 700.
My dad's not the sort of player that does that either, and he managed a duck word in that game as well. He played GoldenEye and got 5 extra points. He was like, I played that word for you, and I'm like, yeah, you played a duck. So, Christy misses Greasier, I expect, because it was slightly hampered by the R, and he might not really be looking for bonuses at this point. But he did draw the blank. The blank was the last tile in the bag. That's really freaky. Friedingham's just blocked that opening with pad for 19, but I suspect that Christy will still go out with a bonus.
Yeah, it's just a matter of which bonus at this point.
It's provided we can both see a bonus. I'm guessing the I is probably the best place to start. I'm stretching here. I'm trying to get some oxygen into my sleepy arms.
Okay.
It'd be really cool if you could find like a super parallel under Reaping, but I don't think that's quite gonna happen. You know.
Well, there's nothing through. Actually, no. There's a bingo through the eye of Reaping, but not the eye of ZT.
Oh, that's interesting.
This might actually not be the easiest.
Just tell me.
Wow. There are playable bonuses, but there aren't easy to find playable bonuses.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Well, there is a wonderful parallel play of a Grise underneath Reaping for 45 if you really struggle to see the bonus. I mean, that's pretty neat. See, when I try and find parallels, I don't try and find a word and then make it fit.
Does mating take the S?
No. I checked that. That's why I haven't put the S on the end. We were going to get excited there, weren't we?
I'm slightly excited. Yes, that would have been a nice...
it would have been a super parallel for like 106 points. I don't know, maybe he will try it. The problem is because it's the last move of game, Friday will probably challenge it because she has nothing left to lose. So, as I said, when I'm trying to find parallels, I try and put the words... I don't find the words and then try and make the word fit. I just say, like, which letter goes underneath here, which letter goes here, which letter goes here, and then try and make a word from that. So I would say the E definitely goes at the end. I mean, the blank would probably go before it, but I'm not really seeing anything particularly interesting with the blank just before. Okay, there's that. We completely missed that.
Oh,
I knew that.
That was the one I was talking about through the P, and I am really impressed he found that.
So he draws the challenge from Friday Lung.
That is no surprise there. Wow, that was
impressive because it is always hard to find bonuses through awkward-looking floaters. So Christy wins the second half 4-6-4 to 3-5-6 and goes through to the quarter-final stages of the Stratosphere. Sorry, the Troposphere group. Stratosphere is the other one. And he will go on to play the winner between Olinga Flisok and Yongjiang Rong. So, yeah. Did you enjoy commentating that?
I did.
And now you've got one less commentary to listen to.
I know.
So, how do you think the games went?
Well, I think that Frydenlund had her opportunities, and I think that had she taken better advantage of them, this might have gone a little bit more favorably for her.
Unfortunately, I have to agree there. So, because there is no deciding game, because Christy won it 2-0, we will end the commentary here. And hopefully we will see you in about 5 hours' time.
Well, 4 hours' time, actually.
Oh, is it? Okay, 4 hours' time. I'm getting ahead of myself because I was thinking it was 8 o'clock. Again. So we'll see you in 4 hours' time, hopefully, when Andy won't be commentating. He'll be the one being commentated on.
Crossing my fingers for some good tiles. I may need them.
You'll have to pray to the tile fairy. So, we will see you later, hopefully. Enjoy your evening. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.